When Rajiv called me, I was very excited because I love this space. I have come to Kunj before, and anything happening here is always special. Coming to the sari, this is a sari that I wore for my wedding. It's 42 years old and still shining. You can see the zari, how it is. It is something that Mapu did for Festival of India, the Vishwakarma exhibition. I bought it from the Sona shop that was there in Ashok Hotel. And that was a shop that I visited very, very often because there were some absolutely fabulous saris there. I like this very much simply because in the south we have this manjal kumkum. That is the auspicious two colors, which is the yellow and the red, that is used for anything that is auspicious. And this particular sari had both those colors. Haldi, that is what is called manjal. Manjal is haldi. And the kumkum, so the yellow and the red. And it is a broad border. I always prefer wearing broad borders. And you can see that this is not typically a muppagam. Muppagam is 3-part sari. This is a little less broad than the muppagam. This is a rettapete, which means this has two zari patterns on either side. That's called a rettapete. And it has the Rudraksh border on both the rettapete, which is a very special thing again. And the inside is not just plain zari, it has a design as well. So the warp and the weft have been very carefully woven so that it creates this X pattern inside. It's very complex to do this. And every time I've visited Kanjivaram, I tell you, when I go into that, it's like the Garbhagriha for me. When I go into that little hole where they sit and weave, we really cannot sit there for more than 2 minutes. It is so hot. And once I went in May, and I remember I could barely enter that place and sit. And they sit there 6 to 8 hours and weave. So I think it's amazing. And as you walk down Kanjivaram, there is this sound you hear. You know, it's like takadimi, 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 takadimi. It goes all the time. The laya of the weaver, and you see how it is packed, and then it goes to the cooperative that further then takes it forward and sells it. So it's this labor of love that we are draped in. And I have a brother-in-law who is so passionate about saris. And if I drop even a little thing while I'm eating, I'm just hauled up. And I said, do you even realize what these things are? How dare you? So we need to value it, yes, because unless you know how these are made, I think sometimes we take it for granted. The pallu is very special in this. It has all the perceivable motifs. It has the yali, it has the peacock, it has the beautiful patta zari, which is the zari, flat zari, and the yalis are huge here, and you have the Anna Pakshi, which is again a beautiful design. So I think yes, in all, I love this sari. And when you're confused and you don't know what sari to wear for a formal wedding, I think my hand goes straight to this because I feel most comfortable in it, and I feel that this cannot go wrong. Because, and as Sonaji said, pastel shades somehow don't look good on me either. So I too tend to wear, I think, as dancers. And the one thing that troubles me most is that we don't drape a sari for dance now. And when each time I cut a sari to stitch a costume, I really cry. Because it's so sad that we have to cut a costume and make 5 parts of it. But Rita, you should give us a drape to wear for the dance. For the dance, so that it doesn't come off. Yeah, so yeah, I take you on that. Yes, so I think we must get back to draped costumes, which we can wear and comfortably dance. So I congratulate you once again. Congratulations, Rajiv, and thank you for having me.
Sada suhagan raho Gita. मेरा ये जो आप कबीर ने पहना, इसने अपने आप उस पर एम्ब्रॉयडरी की है, इसीलिए इसको अब ये एमसी बनने दिया कि ये अपने हाथों से काम करता पड़ता भी है. So may I call Dr. Nidhi Gupta, please, who's actually wearing a Jio sari, and the one and only Laila to come on board. Will the ladies make place for two more? Oh, whatever.
So now I'll hand it over to respected Laila ji, who is the founder of Daskar.
So it's lovely to be here, celebrating Jio, celebrating saris. What could be better? The sari really is quite extraordinary because it has so many different facets. It's of course a 5.5 yard piece of cloth, unstitched, and yet it magically transforms itself into an extraordinary costume, which, as others have said, fits every form, every size, every occasion. It can be ornamented with embroidery, with different types of weaves. Every corner of India has its own weave, its own embroidery, its own form of handcraft. I chose today to wear white sari because India is always known for its color, its blazing rani pinks, its oranges, its reds and yellows, but it also has an infinity of whites, and I think that is what we also can celebrate. But apart from the color, the weave, the motif, the region, a sari tells such stories. It tells the stories of the people who gave us the saris. It tells the stories of the people who made the saris. And for me, I'm very fortunate because in my life, the saris I wear, I know who's made them, I know who's embroidered them, and I know who sold them to me, and who says, Benji, maybe sari pehno, maybe sari pehno. This particular sari reminds me of one of Daskar's first projects, working with the chicken workers in Lucknow, at a time when chicken sari had got so degraded that people used it to sleep in rather than to wear. And it was when two young women, Sarva and Guna, social workers, discovered the plight of the chicken sari women living in the bastis of Lucknow, and they used to embroider an entire sari for 25 rupees. And for kurta, they got 50 paisa. And they decided that they needed to do something about it, and they came to Daskar, and they asked us. Daskar was just beginning then. This was in 1984, I think. And Daskar was about 3 years old. And I started watching, where this sari, I think of Shabana, who used to come into the meetings of Lucknow, tried about consignment from the traders, and we used to go and try and find all the old blocks. And we found this man who was selling all the blocks. His family tradition of 500 years, but his son had died. So he was going to burn his blocks, and Seva was very fortunate to be able to buy, I think, about 1,000 embroidered blocks for radio chicken. And he was so happy because now when he used to come and visit us and say, oh, you're using all the old blocks. Designs which were so intricate. And no one in Lucknow in those days was using these fine blocks. They were doing just makhya shadow work. So we started working, and when I see this sari, I also see little Syra, who was just 16 years old and had polio, so she couldn't walk, but she did the most exquisite embroidery. And I also think of the day when I got so fed up with the sort of paper stiff factory organdy on which sarees used to be embroidered in those days, and said, why can't we do it on Kota? And we went to Kota and we found Zainab Qazi, a woman weaver in Kota, who agreed to give us fabric on 3 months' credit, although she herself was just hanging by a thread in her family economy, but believed in the power of women. So this saree carries all those memories, and I also think it's a breath of cool, fresh air in the summer that is about to arrive in Delhi. So I wish you all happiness. Grapes that we have in India, and we should rejoice and celebrate them. And we should also celebrate Rajiv, who's really done the most extraordinary things over the last years. Thank you.
Eternal Laila. तो लैला ही रहेगी, लैला ही लैला। जी।
Hi, it's been a pleasure and it's a privilege sharing the stage here. Thanks to Sir and congratulations to Gio. In fact, my journey of sarees has not been as big as Man's and yours, but I started wearing sarees say about 10, 15 years back. When I'm a doctor, so in the hospital, I just wanted to set myself apart from the rest of the crowd, and I didn't know how to do it because everyone is just like that, in scrubs then. So I just thought, why not a sari? And I just picked it and I love it. I just love it. In fact, it's been with me, a part of me. And the more I started wearing saris, the more I started exploring it. Before it was just a satyapal or, the digitals and everything. But now when I travel, I make sure I go to that, if I'm in a particular state, that particular sari has to come with me.
How wonderful.
And today I'm wearing a Pochampalli ikat. And I think the threads here, they weave a story. And the colors just, come, they refuse to blend it. And they form a beautiful geometric pattern.
That's Gio.
It's a geo. It's a geo, and all thanks to Sir. This place is fantastic. He's done a wonderful, wonderful work, and thanks to the ma'am. I love Dastaka. I just love the way all these people come in and the exhibitions, and I make it a point that I'm there and I pick all of one. So then, in fact, and then it's a season of color. So one season it's a blue color, so I pick all the blues. And if it's a pink, then all the pinks. If it's a white, it's all the whites. So but then but congratulations to Sir. Fantastic journey, fantastic.
Listen, we had no idea what this is going to be. There's so many thanks. You now have the fashion show. There are about 20 kids who've been wearing Gio and are going to come and present the final part of our day. It'll be only 10 minutes, but you must see. Sorry.
They refuse to blend. Yeah, that's why they make a packet.
Rajiv, if I can tell one story about white, which I forgot. Because the greatest admirer of saris that I knew was my father. And he loved saris. And one day when he was in his 80s, I met him quite unexpectedly in Parliament Street at Stanchart Bank. And across that long hall, he saw me and I ran towards him and I said, Abba, you're here? You didn't tell me you were coming to the bank. And he fixed his eyes on me.
Hello.
And he said, the white of your blouse does not
Hello.
match the white of your sari.
यहाँ पे बताओ
It's wonderful. And I wish Jaya was here, but she did spend an hour and a half. I was very exhausted, so she had to go. But she would have also added to this extraordinary
कौन बोल रहा है
experience. We have to wait for the last 15 minutes because lots of kids are ready. But thank you.
अभी नहीं है अभी मेरे पास
Thank Rita
I
is also
just
my
want to
cousin.
say in addition that he's been orchestrating
नहीं
theatre
अभी नहीं कल ही
and
हम दिए हैं
performance
किसी को अभी है नहीं
and all that
किसी
he
को
loves,
दिए
his
हैं।
painting,
नहीं है
his
अभी
drawing,
नहीं
his
है कल किसी को
sculpture
दिए हैं
since we were 5 years old. So he's continuing to do that.
That's my cousin. I didn't pay her to say
नहीं
that.
अभी है नहीं है कल दिए हैं ना किसी को अभी दिए नहीं है
We grew up in an
देख लीजिए
age
आप।
where all the cousins had to spend their weekends together and at least 2 months of the summer vacation together. So we did grow up with our love for the arts. So this is the culminating years of our journey, and I congratulate him for continuing with all the zeal that he has over the years. Thank you.
Rita is wearing her khadi and Tana Bana.
I happen to cultivate local cottons that are not genetically modified or hybrid, which is not intermixed with long staple cottons. They're hand spun on the desi charkha. I know we're a little late. We are post-Gandhian, and sometimes people tell me you're going backwards while the rest of the world is going forwards. And it may be so, but as long as I can keep that going, I will definitely try. And my daughter Mehak is here, who is going to drape one of the saris, and I hope she gets hooked on it too, which I think she has slowly. Thank you very much.
Okay, so could we do this? There are two things. There's the button-up cloth that's going to come as part of the show. It's coming now. The show is now. Okay. Yes. Okay. Do you want to?
Rita ji has very graciously brought her daughter and who will be draping a sari live in front of us. Would anyone from the audience like to volunteer? Anybody? Okay, so then we have Disha here on whom the sari will be draped on. So this is a bark print geo sari.
Draping a printed sari. For me, weave is the ultimate. It's a mathematical art. It's not something you can do ad hoc. You have to have an understanding of mathematics, essentially, to be a weaver. And this is a printed. So prints can be multiplied. What Jella said about embroidery. Embroidery enhances the strength of a fabric. This is a print which can multiply it for many more people, and then and makes it much cheaper. So she's doing a style called Venuka Kundaram, in which she's making the petticoat from the sari. She doesn't require a petticoat. So she's doubled it up, folded it up. So even if it's a very fine cotton, or it can be made into, it comes from Andhra Pradesh, this style, and it has the pleats at the back. In fact, we were told by Kabir and by Vidyun that we should do the regular style. But Mehak has got so used to doing other styles that she said, why should we do the regular style? Everybody's doing it anyway. So she's making the pleats, she's measured up to the back, and she's going to make the pleats at the back.
So we generally tie a double knot so we don't need the petticoat.
Yeah. Anything with a double knot, my belief is, can never open. So who wanted a style? No pins. An unstitched garment should not require a pin or the intervention of any support. And I see all these people putting big safety pins in to hold their pleats in place. And
that defeats the purpose of a sari. Tucks, ties are what keep the sari in place. So she gets the front V shape, so you can do a leg show more if you have the legs for it, and less if you don't have the legs for it. My idea of hell is a bad pair of knees, and most Indians don't have good pairs of knees. And if you see temple sculpture, there are 3 little lines for the knees, and you cannot all of us are not Deepika Padukone for sure, who has been a sportswoman. So she could, and that's the pleats at the back. So thank you very much. And now we're going to have the various the various types of saris. Disha, why don't you stay on the stage while the ladies come up? Oh, sorry.
Yes, so now we'll have the Geo Fashion, Geo Garment Showcase, where we will be showcasing the exquisite garments of Geo from each of the clusters we work with.
That are also there for sale. You can buy them immediately after today and later.
The thing I find most exciting about Bhavan Booty is the meaning hidden behind its simplicity. It does not shout for attention, but when you look closer at the craftsmanship and the rhythm of motifs, it feels really special.
So the cluster that we just saw is Bhavan Booty, which comes from the Nalanda district in Bihar. It's an extra weft technique where the motifs you see are actually almost embroidered into the fabric as it's being woven. Now the name Bhavan Booty literally means 52 motifs, but the origins of the name are quite mysterious. There are multiple stories behind why it's Bhavan Booty, what the Bhavan Booties are. But what's commonly believed is that these motifs are inspired from the Buddhist heritage of Bihar. Jamdani from West Bengal.
Jamdani to me feels less like a fabric and more like a storytelling. Originating from Bengal, it carries the elegance. And what I love the most about it is the motifs that seems to float and how each and every motif is woven by hand, thread by thread, which gives the personal touch.
Cluster also from Bihar.
From Bihar shows all the creativity, handmade pieces made by the women for over a century now. Sujni is a quilt stitched by the pieces and layers of our old saris and dhotis all together. Thank you.
And now we'll have Anuj Sharma, famously known for his button masala technique, where he creates garments without stitching the cloth. By just using buttons, he will demonstrate his technique with a Pochampalli Ikkat sari.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rajiv, for inviting me here. It's a very simple technique called button masala, which I created about 15 years back. The idea was going back to the idea of drapery. I always question why stitch. Also because I've been lazy and I couldn't do it well in the college. So I said, why not we can just drape. So this is a technique that I developed and it's called button masala. I'm going to just quickly demonstrate to you how to use this. I'll talk less and do it. I can use anything like coins or buttons or anything can be put inside. And what we need to use is rubber bands. It's a very simple technique. Originally started with buttons. I'm just going to show how it works.
The fabric Anuji is using is a Pochampalli Ikkat from Telangana, and this is our own Geo sari, fabric. And what Gio did was bring in abstraction into the vocabulary of motifs of the Pochampalli ikkat. So you will see a lot of abstracted motifs in these ikkats.
So, ideally, what we do is, in terms of draping, most people idealize what they want as a drape, but in clothing and fabric, it's best to let the fabric tell you what it wants to become. You know, there are two kinds of driver. One is an Uber driver and is a Papa driver. Uber driver always wants to tell you where, it doesn't ask you where you want to go, but Papa always tells you where you should be going. Designers usually act like Papa driver. They always want to tell the fabric what it should become, but the idea is to let the fabric tell you what it wants to become. This is a part of it is ready, and now we can play with it. Changing it by putting more buttons wherever you feel like.
What's the maximum number of buttons you put on the dress?
It's the length of the fabric, so we put like, this is all button masala, and of course it's all just a Ajrak piece of fabric. But you can pretty much, and the good thing is once it's divided it kind of keeps draping it very beautifully, and you can just keep playing with it. So your question of can we make a drape that can fit, and you don't have to, this works completely well. You can make any form of garment that can move, or athletic wear as well. To show what it can do. This also tells you where to put the button, so it just doesn't have to be marking. There's no need for marking. Sorry. This can also be calculated by just putting it like this and putting it naturally. Yeah. So this is. This is done, and then this can also be. This can also be shorter garment. If it's raining.
All buttons up.
I mean, you can keep doing it, but yeah, it's just endless.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Go on the show. Go on. You have to round up the show. You got to get the website up.
And now we'll have the next cluster of Geo coming up, which is the Banjara cluster.
Very good. Very good. Dara. Come on, kids, come on.
क्या आपको पता है बंजारा कहाँ से आता है? बंजारा जहाँ जाता है वहाँ का हो जाता है, राजस्थान से लेके कर्नाटका तक। पर मैंने जियो क्लस्टर तेलंगाना का जियो क्लस्टर पहना है। बिल्कुल सही। बंजारा में सिर्फ एम्ब्रॉयडरी ही नहीं बल्कि मिडल वर्क, पैच वर्क एंड एक्सेट्रा बहुत से टाइप के होते हैं। आगे का आपको कभी बताएंगे।
Banjara is known for its vast repertoire of stitches, which go over than 32 stitches. But its most signature part of the Banjara embroidery is the mirror work. One interesting fact about the mirror work is that the Banjara migratory tribals would be migrating through various kinds of wild jungles. So while crossing the jungles, in order to protect themselves from the wild animals, they would include these mirrors onto their garments to ward off the animals, so that the reflection wards them off. So now we'll be having the next cluster.
Right, ये जैन है हमारे टेलर मास्टर हैं। जब भी आप जियो जाएं अपने कपड़े यहाँ से सिलवाइए, कपड़ा भी लीजिए और वो आपके देखते नहीं तो 2-3 दिन में बना के दे देगा। And the idea is that shops must also become a point for meeting master tailors. Zen. And I hate to do a bit of nepotism, but my grandson is on the other end. I've never seen it.
And now we'll be having the Kalamkari cluster. Shiny work to the level 11.
The Kalamkari-inspired fabrics got so popular in Europe in the 17th and the 18th century that it created immense losses to the English textile mills. Do you know that it also led to the ban of cotton exports in Europe, which of course we all know was the
It was one of the impetus for the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
And now we have the Ekkat cluster.
Hello. As you can see, I'm wearing ikat design on silk cloth. This particular garment has been seen in every household, and I have seen this kind of designs available in every woman's wardrobe. Especially the first time when I saw it, it was on my mother's wardrobe. The saris, the prints. This ikat design has flown from every corner of India, and it is a resist dyeing method used for this particular design. And I'm glad that while I'm presenting this, I will usually not know what is going behind this. But because of Geo, I know who have done this, what method has been used, and how it has been done. So thank you for everything.
You can tell the difference between a print and an ikat.
Yeah, it is.
Good.
So ikat is a resist tie-dye technique where the motifs and the colors of the fabric are actually created onto it before the weaving process begins. So you tie the motifs one by one, and there's a very lengthy dyeing process. In fact, one could say the dyeing process is lengthier than the weaving process, and it doubles up when it's both the warp and the weft in a double ikat. So again, you'll notice the same abstraction which was the design intervention of Geo in these garments. So the next cluster that we
Hitesh is here. Is he here? Hitesh, is he still here? Okay.
Okay, Hitesh is not here. So we'll move on to the last segment of the garment showcase, which is the Bawan Booty, what we began with, but on tussar.
Yeah, the only showstopper is Vidyun. Where are you, Vidyun? In 24 hours, she was able to put this together. All hats off. Vidyun, where are you? Vidyun. Yes, people have to leave quickly. Vidyun, are you there? Here you are. And Anirudh also. Come on. Big hand for all of us. Come on. Hand. Vidyun. And there's...
Everyone, thank you for everything. Okay, set the girls up so that we up. Music, please set up the music. Can we have lights on the elevator, please? Full lights on, please. Yes, of course, they're all just coming into position and then. Put the music up.
थोड़ा भाई
As we're putting on the on stage to do the website launch.
What we just witnessed was not just a showcase, but a coming together of many hands, ideas and journeys. Carrying that spirit forward, we now come to the launch of our Geo website. For that, may I now kindly invite Honorable Amrit Rajji, DC Handicrafts, to formally launch our website.
on the screen, please.
Can we please have the website on the screen?
May I request Amritji to say a few words of
course, we have messed up 2 days. This place will, we assure you that tomorrow it will be handed over to the
A very, very good evening to all of you, and I must congratulate the entire Geo team because the energy which was there in this place for the last 2 days with all your volunteers, your members, it was great. Little bit of loud music in the day, but I think all for the best, and I hope Geo all the best on its 19th, going on to 20th year, and beautiful collection, sir. Kudos to you and your leadership to bring this together. Yes. This boy is going to be on my team very soon.
Please give the credit to Manya as well, who's the graphic designer. And
Viman, come. These are the 4 people actually who have turned around the things in last 4.
Three cheers for all of them, yes.
Manya is the one who's been tirelessly working on redoing the entire website. She's also the creative director of Hastantar. We've built up and curated the events and workshops of this day, all of our team together.
Thanks to Kabir, our curator, who came last minute and helped us sort it out. Thanks to Satakshi for not sleeping the past entire week, pressing saris, doing accounts, doing design, everything. We've all just been running around and managed to pull this off.
Were you confident when you started?
Honestly, no.
Thank you.
And now we'll invite the Yakshagana performance for the segment called Decoding Yakshagana, where the Yakshagana performer will be deconstructing each of the elements of the attire which goes into the Yakshagana performance and explaining the spiritual significance of every element.
Can we have a huge round of बताया है ना
Now please request the Yakshagana performers to come on stage.
Namaste everyone. We are presenting a small Yakshagana play here. Before that, I request that please play the video which we have already given to you. Yes. Sounds. YouTube is sound.
Hello, not this audio, please stop it. This is